presentation, I want to go over a few more examples of the future tense in action. So let's get right into it. Number 11 in lesson 12 on the future tense, I think, is a good example. Again, we're looking at we're looking at futures, but we're also going to see middle passive in this instance. So theos nun doxadzetai hupatu adelphu mu kai ego genesomai angelos kai axo tanwion mu pros doxon. So if I was going to translate this, first I'm going to break it up into its constituent parts and go theos nun doxazetai hupatu adelphu mu. And let's zero in so we can really focus. Our verb is doxazetai. This is from the lexical form doxadzo, I glorify. Now we notice our ending here, etai, is from those middle passive indicative, present middle passive indicatives. Omai, a, etai, amatha, esthe, ontai endings. So this is the third person singular. And that makes sense because, lo and behold, we have a singular nominative masculine noun, theos. And so we also have this a particle, if. So I'm going to translate this first part, and I have the noon here, now. Now, if God doxadzetai, so it's not active, it's middle passive. But again, when we see these middle passives, we should probably assume it's the passive voice, not the middle. And whenever we see the middle passive with this preposition hupa, it's usually going to tell us the agent of the action. So this would be translated. Now, if God is being glorified, so it's present, but it's passive. God is not glorifying. God is being glorified. Hupatu adelphu mu, by my brother. Or by the adelphu, the brother, mu, of me. By my brother. Now, if God is being glorified by my brother, kai ego genesomai angelos kai axo ton huion mu, and we got to zoom out a little bit to get all of our sentence, pros doxon. So kai ego genesomai. And, or then, you can also translate it then, ego genosomai. Now, genesomai, you have from genomai. So this is one of those irregular future. It looks future middle, but in fact it's deponent. And it's irregular. It doesn't act the way that you would expect a normal normal future to act in the middle voice. So this is genesomai, and the subject of it is angelos. Why? Because it's in the nominative case. And, not the subject is not in the nominative case. Genomai is to be or become. It's one of those intransitive equal sign verbs. So angelos is in the nominative case, but it's not our subject. The subject is omai, is I. And I will become an angel. Oh, interesting. Kai axo, from the verb ago, I lead. And when you have that amalgamation, gamma plus the future, the sigma, the sign of the future, when you see that sigma, it becomes axo. So I will lead, I will become an angel, and I will lead Tanwion, my son, Tanwion mu, genitive, the son of me, pros doxon, pros, to, toward, with, doxon, from the verb doxa, glory. So altogether, this sentence would read something like, now if God is being glorified by my brother, Then I will become an angel, and I will lead my son to glory. Kind of an odd sentence, but it gets at these futures. Notice we have not a future here, but just the present middle passive, which we 9 times out of 10 are going to take those middle passives as being simply passives. We have this irregular future in genesomai, and then we have the normal future with amalgamation, ago to oxo. Let's do another example. This is sentence number 13, which I think is a good example of these various future tenses. He mes men esomai en to oiko kai phagamatha ton arton tes ges. Humes de ss the en te ecclesia kai phagesthe ton arton tu uranu. So humes, and notice we have these men de clauses. And again, men on the one hand, de on the other hand. These are ways, they're structuring markers. So on the one hand, there's this, and on the other hand, there's this. Humes, we, so you could say on the one hand, we, first person, plural, nominative, pronoun. We will be. Why is it will be? Because this is the future, first person future of a me, I am. So esomatha. Now, on the one hand, we will be, and where will we be, or what are we? And typically when you have this nominative and the equal sign, this intransitive verb, which is telling you it's equal sign, you're looking for another nominative, for the predicate nominative. But in this instance, it's not giving a predicate nominative, it's describing our location. On the one hand, we will be en to oiko, in the house, why in, preposition en, followed by the dative to oiko, and phagamatha. So again, a first person plural. Now this is actually an irregular future from the verb estheo, I eat. So phagamatha, we will eat. We will eat. Ton arton tes ges, the bread. Artos, bread. Accusative, that's the direct object, is what we will eat. Which bread is it? The bread, tes ges, of the earth or of the land. Contextually, it could be either one. De, so on the one hand, we will eat in the house and we will eat the bread of life. De, but you, humes, second person plural, nominative pronoun. But you, ss they, will be, and again, we're not finding a predicate nominative, we're finding a location. En te ecclesia, in the church, and you will eat ton arton, the bread, tu uranu, of heaven. So it's contrasting what we do. We will be in the house and we will eat the bread of the earth. But you will be in the church and you will eat the bread of heaven. So it's this contrasting statement. Again, you see the switch from the first person, what we will do, to the second person, plural, what you will do. And again, these are we, plural, us, and you, plural, y'all. So these are these second person plurals, first person plurals, and there are ways of emphasizing the contrast, what we do and what you do, with the structured men, de clauses. We have, of course, the future forms of a me in samatha and in ss-they. We also have these irregular futures with phagamatha and phagesthe that are showing us how these futures can work in surprising at least irregular forms, not in the case of a me. So these are a couple of examples of how the future active and the future middle form occur in the wild, actual sentences.